What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the manga. And for anime only fans, this is a time of the month where a lot of the content on the channel is going to be spoiler heavy, so I thank you for your support. However, if you're still here, I'm assuming that you've already read the Boruto manga and you guys don't care about me talking about spoilers. So I think we need to have another conversation about Naruto's current condition. So I've already done a video explaining to you guys why this is not the chakra illness that you saw in the Naruto Retsuden novels. That's not the case. However, I think that the condition Naruto's in, I think that we need to have the conversation about whether or not Naruto's actually going to wake up. Now, I do think that at some point Naruto does come to. However, I want to address the benefits of Naruto potentially being in a situation where he's in a prolonged comatose state. I think this is something that could actually work very well for us, because you have to look at it from this perspective. So if Naruto does still have Kurama, Naruto now has a new transformation where if he finds the will to, if he sees fit to it, and he's willing to throw his life away, this new transformation, just by him having contact and having his chakra connect with your chakra, Naruto's going to be able to drain away at your actual life force. That is something that is absolutely broken when you think about it, because it's one of those things where you don't have to be more powerful than the person that you're actually fighting. You just need to land enough blows on them and you can actually start stripping away at the life force. That is one of the most broken abilities that we've seen in the Naruto franchise. That's right up there with the human pass ability to rip out your soul upon impact. And so I think that once you start looking at that, it makes sense for Naruto to go the route that Akira Toriyama did with Son Goku, where he would have Goku pulled out of the arc for a majority of the portion or out of the key events, and then have Goku reintroduced towards the end of the actual arc once you got to the mid Saiyan saga of the Dragon Ball story. So when you start looking there, like, Akira Toriyama realized Goku's way too powerful. Yes, these other guys are more powerful than him, but you know, for conflict's sake, maybe I need to pull this guy out the story for a bit. And I can see Kishimoto doing a very similar thing when it comes to Naruto as a character. Every time Naruto's gotten into a huge fight, all the way back from Momoshiki, Naruto's been at some type of a disadvantage. Against Momoshiki, he had a significant portion of his chakra ripped out of him. He was essentially fighting at less than full power. Against Delta, he was fighting inside the village, so he couldn't go 100%. And Naruto, after fighting against Delta, Naruto was still pretty exhausted after that battle with Delta. In the first fight against Jigen, Naruto got a lot of those chakra rods shoved into him, and Naruto was in a situation where when Team 7 and Kawaki were able to get him unsealed, Naruto was absolutely unconscious. And then when you get to this current battle against Isshiki, when they fought inside of Konoha, Naruto was getting shoved through all these different buildings. When they fought in this new dimension, the same thing, nothing Naruto tried to do was actually working, and then he had to tap into a new transformation we didn't even realize actually existed. So it's safe to say at this point that the story knows that as long as Naruto's still there, it's killing any type of conflict and tension, and you're having to continually raise the stakes and introduce these characters that are more powerful than Naruto in order to make even a semblance of real tension at this point. So by putting Naruto in a situation where the side effects of this new transformation leaves Naruto in that comatose state, like how you saw with Tsunade after the pain arc, I think that that's something where even if it's for just one arc or maybe two arcs, that's something to where you as a reader would actually feel like Konoha is very vulnerable, because Sasuke no longer has the rinnegan, so Sasuke's been significantly depowered. If Naruto's in a situation where he can actually lead the village, now all of a sudden you also have a situation where it's similar to what happened when Tsunade was in that comatose. Danzo took over, but in this case right here, Danzo was the one that was like, hey, look, like the feudal lord, like, you need to make me Hokage, and they just went with it. In this case, you don't actually have to ask somebody to remove Naruto as Hokage. They can agree to actually postpone that until they actually heal Naruto. But given the fact that you have Code and you have a Ten Tails out there, and we don't know what's actually going on with Amato, this is one of those times where if you take Konoha's two greatest weapons, Sasuke with the Rinnegan's power up and Naruto being in this comatose, now you're having to depend on people like Kakashi, people like Konohamaru, people like Rock Lee, Boruto, Sarada. You're depending on the next generation to rise up and actually handle this threat. And I think that that's something that could actually be in play here, because we don't know what's going on with Kashi and Koji, but at some point Koji should actually pop back up. And so now you have the issue with Koji, whether or not Koji's going gonna help Konoha. You have the issue with Code, you have the issue with that Ten Tails, you have the issue with Delta. Delta's still out there. Amato deactivated her, but we don't know whether or not Amato is actually working 100% on the side of Konoha. And so I think that just from a raising the stakes standpoint, this is something could actually work out very well for us. However, I want to know from you guys, what do you guys thought on Naruto essentially being in a situation where he's in that comatose state for a couple of arcs? What do you guys think? Is that something you would be okay with? Or do you think that we just need to have Sakura work out her miracle medical ninjutsu and save Naruto from a near-death state yet again? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.